What's up, guys? Bugmars here with episode 8 of my Minecraft Let's Play series. Things have been fun. The past couple days I have done a lot and then I haven't done a lot. I don't, most people say you can't do both, but I've probably pulled off a way. So I've been sleeping a lot, but then I've also been doing a lot of different things. So one of the highlights of the past couple days has definitely been watching a friend of mine's stream. She's this awesome person. I already link her YouTube channel in every, What the heck is on the side here? What is going on the bottom right-hand corner? That is cool. Anyway, simdust, she did a little, stream of... I don't remember what the game's called. It's like that game where you're like the robot, and you're going to different islands and working for something called Mom. You basically you're like a robot, I guess, from space trying to get back home. I think is how she described it. It was really fun. Her commentary for it was really, really, really funny. She never thinks of herself as an entertaining person, but she is. So there's that. Or I guess she does. Maybe she does. She just never says it. But like the way that she acts in the videos is just never that she thinks she is. Anyway, anyhow, whatever transition you want to use. That was fun. Pulled up my own Twitch account. My Twitch account was locked, so I had to make a new one. So I'm thinking about streaming stuff. She offered for me to stream that game that she had, but it's $8, and I'm Jewish, so I don't like spending money. It's fine. I can make Jew jokes. It's all good. And we're clapping again. Sorry. One thing that we're going to do before I forget is we're going to make a bow. I watched Captain Sparkles play the Minecraft story mode. And in the story mode, you actually end up making a bow, which reminded me of the bow in the first place. It looks really, really cool, to be honest. It's only... I can't remember how much it was. Crap. I think it was like $10? So... it's made by Telltale, the same people who made the amazing Walking Dead game, the same people who made, I think it's the same people who made the Walking Dead, game that I play on my tablet, even. But yeah, those guys are great. They've done a bunch of different things. I think they've done something with Game of Thrones as well, which I know not everybody's a fan of. It's interesting. I live my life where I go to one place, I'm surrounded by people who hate Game of Thrones. Then I go to another place, and I'm instantly surrounded by people who love it. And I love living that life. I love living the differences. So I'm actually going to, before I forget, make some armor. I haven't featured armor in this Let's Play so far until now. So that's not how you make armor. There we go. I had initially forgotten. We're just going to make the chest plate and the leggings for right now, because that's what gives us the most. And then we're probably going to use leather for the other two things. Unfortunately, you cannot make armor out of stone. As convenient as that would be, right? Like, oh my god, you would never run out of armor. Got one tree over there, one tree over here. What are we going to do? Oh, right, glass bridge. We finished, if you didn't see the last episode, which you probably should, you can go back and watch it. Even in that episode, I say don't go back and watch episode 6. Episode 6 was like, that was the flat episode. That was the episode where it was like, nothing really interesting happened. And some of the stuff I talked about, I really did not want to talk about. Like, I regretted talking about. So I finished that. So now we begin progress on trying to get to this last giant island over here. So we're just going to start that. I don't know why I like doing this, but it's kind of cool. I'm actually also out of sand, so the next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to, why did it detect minecart rolling? Alright, whatever. Minecart rolls. What? There's no minecart. Alright. Speaking of minecarts, though, I might just set up a minecart track to go to this island. Be a lot more efficient than, and I think you can put minecart tracks on glass, but I'm not sure. If you can't, it's not the end of the world, and we fell into the water. Actually, let's see where this goes. I do need to find a mod that allows me to breathe underwater, or that allows me to craft something that allows me to breathe underwater, like an oxygen tank or something. I think that would be really cool. When you're up this high, it's really cool if you get to explore. So, yeah, no. As far as other Minecraft stuff, a friend of mine and I went on an old server that we have, where we literally just started building. We've built a city, basically. He's kind of a redstone crazy nutcase, so he's connected the entire city to a very complicated redstone network that I wouldn't even try to explain. But it's really, really cool. It's really exciting to have a friend like that. And, you know, him and I are also doing other projects together and stuff. He's one of those friends where it's like, I hope that we stay best friends for the entire life. The assumption is that we will, just because we've known each other for so long. We've known each other since middle school. So, spoiler alert, I have a friend like that. You know, I lived sort of a year where I thought I never did. And recently, you know, it's sort of been reminded of all these memories that we've had. It's been a lot. A lot of shenanigans. And he's as open-minded as I am, you know. I feel like every single time we see each other, we end up talking about, like, politics, philosophy, and basically everything in between. We end up talking about, you know, social issues and norms, and economic issues and norms, and all these different things. So it's really interesting. And so it's always very, very enjoyable to be his friend. So we ran out of glass on this. We got maybe about halfway there, I guess. First thing we're going to do, let's dig more sand. We're going to take it from this island just because I don't really like this island. This is kind of like a middle island. The problem is with this island, it's going to be more sandstone than sand. That's not true. Never mind. Another thing I've been doing is I've been looking into bots on RuneScape. Botting on RuneScape has definitely been a thing I've always been against, but as I've gotten older, I've realized the potential not value of it. I'm a college kid. You know, I need money whenever I can get it. And here's the thing. Botting doesn't exactly break the game. It just increases the flow of currency per day. You know, it just sort of increases the amount of any material that is in the economy. And here's the thing. There are just as many users using all of that. You know? There are many users using the different materials that you will sell immediately, like the second they get them. Coal is the best example. I don't mean to just pick that out, but in that game, coal is the most traded resource, or the most traded item. Here's the thing. There's a lot of coal, and coal is used for a lot of different things. It's used for any sort of smithing. So saying that it breaks the game wouldn't exactly be 100% accurate. I don't mean to be like that guy and say that. I definitely wouldn't have said that when I was younger, but now I do. You know, it's interesting how your perspective changes with age. Again, it doesn't exactly break the game because, well, all of it gets used up. You know, it just basically just causes inflation, and then the gold piece value drops, and, you know, yada yada yada. If you take it a basic economics class, which I know a lot of these viewers haven't, you understand supply and demand and all that good stuff. Here's the thing, supply and demand really isn't just an economic concept, it's kind of a human nature concept as well. If there's less of something, you're going to spend more resources to get it, you know? And vice versa, kind of, so. I don't know. I don't mean to get too, I don't want to keep getting economic and political in every single video, because that was one nice thing about watching the stream that I watched last night. She was really good about everything. I would make some terrible jokes. I made a Kool-Aid Man joke, for God's sake, and she just rolled with it, so she was really good about it. I was genuinely just trying to be entertaining along with her. Because chats on streams can usually get kind of quiet, especially because there's only about 5 or 6 of us. I never wanted it to be quiet, you know? She is sort of the main feature, you know, this is her stream channel, but at the same time I kind of wanted to just kind of interject with my own comments, try to really make it enjoyable, not only for her, but for us, and everything like that. So hopefully, at one point she had enough of it, and I just, shut up for, 5 minutes. But yeah, no, overall she was really good about it. And I fixed the Twitch account, so I have a new one. So it'd be the real Blocking Mars instead of just Blocking Mars. Because Blocking Mars is locked up now. Because I don't know what email I used for that. I thought I used my Gmail account, I was like, nope, surprise, you didn't. And then I can't access an old Gmail account that I have because I don't remember the password. So it's like, damn, really killed yourself on that one. So, thanks, Google. No. Because it was asking me questions like, oh, when did you make your account? It's like, this is an alternate email account. I would not remember when I made it. You know, that particular account has kind of become a spam account, which I would just give to random websites that I didn't want to actually receive information from, and I knew it would receive information anyway because that's how the internet works. So, that's the thing. But again, no, I'm really excited to start doing streaming of my own. I just have to look at the products over the next couple days. You know, hopefully I'll get to that. Hopefully I'll actually get to looking at them. And stuff. And then another thing that I found that my friend told me about was, and this was the friend that we built Minecraft stuff together. He told me that I can go back and play any version of Minecraft, and he kind of showed me how to do it. I might go back and play 1.7.3. For those of you who don't know, that was my first Minecraft. That was my first Minecraft version. That was before Hunger. That was before Potions. That was really before a lot of the modern stuff that you will never see in my videos. Potions being one of them. Because I still don't understand really how to brew anything. And yeah, that was before the food bar was the thing, so you would just eat to recover health. And, yeah. So I might make a series of that. If you all are interested in it, please comment about it. I'm not going to do it unless someone actually shows interest in it, because I don't want to bore you guys. There's a lot of content that's supposed to be coming from this channel, so I don't want to overwhelm myself either. And, you know, you might not like all the content that comes from it. Some of it's going to be video games that are somewhat violent, you know. Halo, Gears of War, etc. So, you know, feel free to not watch those videos. But I'd still like to do it. I'm going to run out of both tools here in just a sec. There we go. So yeah, we've basically carved this island out. I don't want to go any further down because then the water will start taking it over. And I'm short on land already. So, I'm going to go back up to the house here, make some more glass. As far as D&D goes, since it's Wednesday, we're going to have a game tonight. Not sure about Thursday game again because work hours and such. And then we're going to have one more, and then I'm going to be gone. I'll be gone to Toronto. You know, I keep mentioning that in like every video now. Very excited to see my friend up there, but she hasn't, like, responded back to any messages I've sent. It's like paranoid me is like, oh crap, am I even gonna be able to see her? So, you know, maybe I will, maybe I won't. You know, who knows? But yeah, we've hit about 13 minutes here, so, oh, I was gonna say we're done. Looks like we're not. We got a little tussle going on over here. He's got a sword, too, which is always very interesting when the mobs get hold of stuff like that. Don't worry, they don't drop it, they just have the regular drop. But, yeah, no, I forget what update that was where they suddenly got weapons and stuff. And then we gotta light this up at some point. But yeah, no, this was not exactly an action-filled episode, I was just basically digging and talking. What's down here? Oh, this is where I started digging. I like that I did that like a couple weeks ago and I don't remember. But yeah, no. So, again, thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you guys for watching the videos that I put out. Again, hopefully that Yu-Gi-Oh! Project will happen at some point before I leave for Toronto. If you're watching this, you know who you are. You know I'm talking about you. Another thing we gotta get started is the freaking farm. We gotta get that done because I'm starting to run out of food. Now, I've got apples and I've got some... Oh, never mind. I got 32 pork chops. Never mind. False alarm. But yeah, no. I'll probably make the farm in the next video. I have a video on how to make a farm, but we can make a bigger one. And then we could also probably try and add a second level to this house if we really want to. This just gets better and better, you know? So, with that, guys, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, night, week, weekend, month, year, decade, century, millennia, era, eon, aliens, the future, and all that jazz. See you all in the next video.